What was the like? What was your life like in Poland? What was your life like? What do you remember from your childhood? You know, what's the best memories you have when you lived on the farm in Poland?
Best thing, I've been very happy because was family together. My dad, my mom, my brother, sister, all together. We've been a happy family.
My name is Greg Archer, and actually you could say my name is Gregory Robert Migut Archer. And I write for a number of magazines and newspapers, and I run an award-winning weekly in Santa Cruz called Good Times Santa Cruz. I've always been intrigued with my Polish family's history. I've heard the story of their survival while living in Siberia. They were taken from their home in Poland, eastern Poland. And I was always fascinated by their tale of survival living in Siberia and what happened after they were in Siberia. How they were part of many thousands of Polish refugees who were set free, how they wandered the Russian countryside, ended up in Uzbekistan, Tehran, Persia at the time, and then eventually were taken by the International Refugee Organization to safety and ended up living in a British-run orphanage in Tanzania. So I'd always heard these tales of living in Africa, and I was always intrigued by that. And as I began to write more professionally, I encouraged my uncle John Migut, my mother's brother, to document some of the things that happened to him, because I'd always wanted to write about this. I didn't really count on him actually doing that. I don't know why. I guess I thought this story would sort of be this story in my head for, I guess, I don't know, through time. I guess I never really thought I'd have it right in front of me. And as much as I was intrigued by it, there was something very frightening about actually looking at it, reading it.
Not only us, but a whole bunch of other families, thousands and thousands of people. And they loaded us on the boxcars like sardines. And they locked the doors, and the train took off for Siberia for 3 weeks, stopping at different stations, you know, in Russia. And it was so cold, you know, I think in a second station that we stopped, they threw in some stoves in our wagons, in our boxcar, because it was so cold, and some wood. And so we had like a little stove sitting in the middle of the boxcar, and some wood, and the people were warming up. There was nothing to eat, you know. Some people were dying from hunger or from cold, you know. If the train stopped at the next station, they would just open the door and take the bodies out, throw them out in the snow, and lock the doors again.
I remember opening it up. I read like a few passages and I like put it away. There was just something about like, okay, well here was this rich history, here was their tale of how they barely survived. And it was like right in front of me, and I had this resistance to, I don't really know what that was about, other than it was, I guess it was just time to grow up. It was time to sort of embrace where I came from, where they came from, and really kind of look at who I was and who they were.
Well, we really didn't have any choices, but as a kid, you know, like I said before, you know, if you don't have it, you don't miss it, you know. The conditions were not like we have here. We have electricity, we have indoor plumbing. We did not have that over there. We had the kerosene lamps, you know, for the light. We didn't have no electricity. We had dirt floors. We didn't have indoor plumbing. We had like a big building that they had showers there, so they had certain days that were for women, certain days that were for men. As far as the bathrooms are concerned, we had outhouses, you know. So that's what we had over there. We had no other luxuries. We all had chores. We had a little like a stove outside, you know, from the brick, built from the brick. And, you know, we put some wood over there and we cooked on it, you know. And we raised chickens. The boys had rabbits. They have doves. We had doves, pigeons, I should say. And we had chickens, we had rabbits, and we had pigeons. So, I mean, my mother used to bake bread and make pierogi and make noodles, you know, and stuffed cabbage. So we cooked, we ate as a family.
I want to raise funds so that we can self-publish a book that will illuminate my Polish family's history. This is really the story of what Stalin did to 2 million Poles during World War II. Not many people know about it. I want them to. This isn't just my family's story living through me anymore. It's really America's story. It's our story. It's a story of survival. And it really needs to be brought to light. And any extra funds we raise will be put toward a documentary where I will actually physically retrace my family's footsteps from eastern Poland to Siberia to Uzbekistan into Tehran and Tanzania.
Everybody!